What kind of salmon are you doing, sis?
I'm going to do a oven bake, and then I'm going to put it down into my signature gravy sauce.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. So for those who I don't really like frying it, but it's even better than frying it when you do it this way. It's gonna come out really nice.
I bet. Can't wait to dig in.
Yep, so
See how fleshy and juicy they all look.
okay. So the first I'm going to do is sprinkle some oil. You can use olive oil or whatever oil you have. This is gonna help the seasoning to marinate a little bit into the fish. So I'm going to use grapeseed oil. And I'm just gonna put a little bit. So I'm doing this before I add any seasoning.
I guess the oil will help the powder seasoning to stick to the salmon.
Yeah. Let me just massage it a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay.
Oil also keeps the moisture locked in.
Wash my hands and I'm gonna get my seasoning. There's two ways you could put all your seasoning together and then put them on the fish, but I like to put them on. I like to layer them, and I usually like to start with my garlic. Just gonna remember, when you're doing salmon, you'd never over season. It's really nice to have that rich salmon taste. So I'm just gonna add a little bit. Then I'm going to go in with my Badia Complete. Like I said, just a little. Don't want to overpower. And then I'm going to go in with my mustache. I'm going to add a little mustache. Okay, and then I'm gonna add my Italian seasoning. It goes well with fish, so I always like to add a little bit. Gives it a nice little taste, especially the salmon. Some oregano.
Oregano.
Just a little bit. Not to overpower, as I said before. I'm gonna, for this time, for some reason, I want to try a little of the lemon pepper, just a little bit. Give a little twist to it. I've actually never used it before, but I'm gonna give it a little twist this time. And you're gonna see when it's done, you can actually just eat it like this without putting it in the gravy or the sauce or whatever your choice of words, but I'm gonna actually show you the finished product. This is thyme.
Dried thyme.
And then I'm gonna add some dill weeds. I know we're not familiar, a lot of people are not familiar with dill weed, but it has a nice taste. And I'm just gonna add a little bit. It's also healthy, so when you have some time, you can look up dill weed. All right, and then bay leaves. A lot of people use it on meats, but for some reason I like to put a little bit on the fish. Gives it a nice little, I know you're thinking I said do not over season. A lot of variation, however, it's just lightly seasoned, so. Okay. All right, so now we are going to just massage the season in a little bit so that it could stick in.
So do you just season on one side, or you're gonna
Yes.
flip it? Oh, just
on one side, yes, because the other is, if it was the skin was removed, I'll do both, but I do on one. Okay. All right, so there you have it. So I'm gonna rest it here. This is our little testing piece. Okay, so there you have it.
And it's all ready for the oven.
So now we're gonna preheat the oven to 300 degrees. This Jamaican pepper smells really good. Okay, so we're going to make our sauce. The fish is in the oven, and what you want is, by the time you are done with the sauce, we're ready to put the salmon in. I'm just going to add some grapeseed oil. You notice I go with grapeseed oil a lot. It's a little lighter, healthier, and it gives a different taste. I do use other oil if it was, let's say, I'm doing salted fish, or I'd use my coconut because it gives you a kind of rundown taste. So I generally use a lot of different oil depending on what I'm cooking, but most time I use the grapeseed oil. So I'm gonna put this in. So right now I have the onions, tomato, garlic, I have red onions, white onions, and I have sweet peppers, bell peppers if you may, and I have a little tips of Jamaican Scotch bonnet pepper. That's going to give us a lot of sauce. Okay, so we're just gonna saute this a little bit. I don't like mine too saggy, so I'll saute it a little before I actually add some water. And you need to get the sauce, the flavor, and the out of the seasoning. So you're gonna mix it around a little bit. Yes, very, very hot. Very hot. I think I need to actually plant a seed on that one. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Imagine you have your nice rice and peas and drop that in it.
Yeah. Just the flavor.
Yeah. So now we're going to go light with the seasoning as always. I love seasoning, so just that you have to have the right seasoning. So I have my complete gradio, and I'm having a little Italian. That's a mostly fish, anything fish. I'm gonna add a little bit of the Mrs. Dash original, and then I'm gonna add garlic. I added fresh garlic, and I'm also gonna add just a little bit of garlic right there. Okay. Then I'm going to stir it up around.
If you could smell this right now.
Yeah, all the seasoning combined.
Heavenly. The Scotch bonnet. If you know, you know.
Move that to saute a little bit. Again, we don't want it to be too soft, so I'm not going to keep it for too long. All I want right now is just to get the flavors out. And I think we've already, done that. You can actually smell it. Really nice. Okay. Now let's check that fish. Now I'm gonna go in with my little liquid now. Add some water. And I don't know about you, but I love a lot of gravy. And to the quantity of fish, we're gonna add some more water. Okay, I'm gonna add some more. Bring that up to a boil. Okay. I'm gonna leave that to combine. One little ingredients that I normally add. These are Walker's Wood Jamaican seasoning. Now this is very powerful, so you have to get it right. So just a little bit, because it has pimentos and a little, you know, a lot of strong seasoning. So you just want to add a little bit, just a little, to kind of give it a nice little taste. So I'm gonna let all of this combine before I start adding my tomato sauce. Let's get the cover for that. So, as soon as it comes to a boil, we'll be right back.
So far she has added our tomato ketchup to it, just to give it gravy-like. And this is what our salmon is looking like so far.
What I'm doing is I'm gonna like for it to have a nice sweet, gingerish, spicy. I'm gonna add some spicy ginger, a little sweet and sour, just to give it a pineapple-ish taste. Nice color. So now we're going to add the fish. The gravy has to be ready, almost like it's ready to have, you know, just like this. Because what we're going to do is just basically drop the salmon in it, because it's we're basically gonna place the salmon in it because it's already cooked, right? And if you notice, if you come closely to it, it's kind of
Have that char,
broiled, roasted look.
charring on the top. That's how we really want it.
All right, so now we're gonna just place it. not gonna cover it because I don't necessarily want it to spring water. I just want it to kind of soak down in the gravy, in the sauce. I mean, Jamaicans say gravy, so. Just gonna leave it for a few minutes because, like I said, the salmon was already cooked, so we don't want to overcook it because it's gonna get hard. So, in a few minutes, we'll be right back.
And there you have it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time in our next video. Bye.